In some ways, for Rojava Hama, life was better during the years of battle against Islamic State group militants. She fought with the Syrian Democratic Forces, or SDF, an umbrella name for the Kurdish-led military that was the main frontline fighting force against IS in Syria. Hama says there was a clear enemy who she enjoyed killing, including here in Raqqa, the once de facto IS capital.
We were not afraid when we entered Raqqa. Islamic State militants were afraid of us. They didn't want to be killed by female soldiers.
Female fighters were instrumental in the defeat of IS, according to military commanders in northeastern Syria, and their ranks became famous in Kobani in 2014, when they fought alongside their male counterparts for more than 4 months before taking back the city. Now, the days of open battle are long over, says Hama, but there is still fighting to do.
It's not a military war now, it's an ideological war. Anyone can fight with weapons, even children can shoot. But we want to liberate our minds from the ideology.
Islamic State sleeper cells still stage attacks in northeastern Syria, and when asked about IS, many locals in Raqqa are unwilling to comment, saying it is not a safe topic as IS could return to power. And in the nearly 3 years since the war ended, efforts to rebuild have waned, feeding the general feeling of insecurity.
At the beginning, building projects were obvious, but for the past 9 months or a year, everything has stopped. We cannot find any humanitarian aid.
Northeastern Syria is dotted with graveyards, memorializing the thousands of SDF soldiers who died fighting IS. And many survivors remain bitter about the fact that the Kurdish forces lost considerable international support after the fall of IS, a war in which they bore the brunt of the casualties.
We didn't win back Raqqa easily. A lot of our friends lost their lives. They were killed in front of our eyes.
In 2019, the U.S. pulled most of its troops from Syria, leaving the Kurdish forces vulnerable to attack from Turkey, which took over swaths of the border, calling it a buffer zone between them and the Kurdish forces, whom they call terrorists. Hama says the simmering border conflict and the constant threat of IS attacks keep soldiers like her busy nowadays, but she would rather return to the days of all-out war. Heather Murdoch, VOA News, Raqqa, Syria.